Greg Chick, Ramona's plumber here. Today we have a malfunctioning delta valve and I'm going to show you how you can repair it. And for more information, go to DIYplumbingadvice.com. This shower valve here has been dripping out of the shower head intermittently because when it was shut off into either this position or this position, which is still off, but yet the mechanism inside the body gets stiff when it's not used a lot, and this valve did not get used a lot. So I'm going to take this valve completely apart, rebuild it, and it's going to be good as new. First, we're going to shut off the water to the house. Let's get to work here. First, we're going to pull the button off because behind the button, there's the screw that holds the handle on. We're going to pull the handle off, and behind the handle, we're going to see a dome that we're going to put a pair of pliers on and we're going to unscrew. But if it doesn't come real easy, we're going to take our time and work on it correctly, and I'll show you how to do that. If you turn it too hard, you can break off the body of the valve that's inside the wall. You can break off these three tubes right here, and you end up with this in the wall. You don't want to do that. So I'll show you how to correctly pull this dome nut off. Inside the wall, this valve body is sitting like this, and under that dome that we're going to pull off very carefully, you'll have to replace the kit. This is what you'll need before you start the job. The cam, the bonnet gasket, a ball, stainless steel ball is best, the cups and springs. The kit may come with different cups and different springs. Use the kind and the shape that you pull out, put back in. We're going to pull the button off, which sometimes is really tight to the cap, and you have to use maybe a little knife or a screwdriver or something to pry this button off. If you break it, they sell more at the store. Then we're going to have to pull the handle off, usually a Phillips screwdriver. And it should come off that easy. This is the exact handle that goes on this valve. Notice there's an offset of the way the handle attaches to the body. If you have to replace the handle, that's what you have to pay attention to. Now comes the magic part. The magic part of not breaking the body in the wall. We're going to take a pair of channel locks, and we're not just going to twist with ultimate force regardless. We're going to pay attention here. We got lucky. Okay, this dome nut spun off easy. If it didn't come off easy like that, you may need to tap on it like that. Even if you scratch up the chrome, you can replace the dome with a new dome. They sell that at the store too. So we're going to unscrew the dome. We're going to pull out the ball with the cam, and in here is a stainless steel ball, which is the upgrade, and you can see the black marks on it, and that's why it's leaking, because it's not really smooth and watertight. We're going to replace this, and inside here, this is where the magic is also. I have a special tool right here. You could just use a Phillips screwdriver. What we're going to do is we're going to look inside here. Once we pull out the ball, we have the body in there with two seals, one at about 11 o'clock, the other at about 1 o'clock. What I mean by that is in the back of this recession, you can take your Phillips screwdriver, stick in those holes. Now there's a third hole at the bottom in the center. You don't need to worry about that. You pull out. Now you see why I'm going to use this fancy tool. It goes in and it pulls the cup and the springs out. Pay attention to this kind of spring that you pull out. If it is a little bit cone shaped like that, that's the standard delta spring, and that's the exact spring you want to put back in instead of another one that might have come with the kit. And I'm going to fight with this other one here with a screwdriver so you can see how you might have to approach that if you don't have this fancy tool. I got it. I got the cup and the spring out. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. I got the old springs and cups out. Now I'm going to get my new ones and put them in. And as usual, I'm going to use my Wolverine Brass Slick and Slide silicone paste to keep this valve operating very smoothly. So we're going to take a little of this food grade silicone paste. We're going to put it on the ball so that it operates smoothly. We're going to put it on the cups so that they slide in and out of their little recession in there smoothly. And I like to put it on the springs so that the whole thing goes together, kind of like a slick and slide. What I do is I put my cup and spring on my screwdriver or on my tool and stick it in there. I'm doing the 11 o'clock one, and I know it's in there free because that little thing, I can feel it slide in and out. So the cups are in, and you can tell they're springy because you can feel them and they push it in a little bit. You put the ball in, you put the cam on top of the ball so that the cam coordinates the position of the ball correctly, and the cam's little notch fits into a notch in the valve body so that you know that that's on correctly. After that, you screw on the dome and you put some silicone paste on these threads so that the next time you're assured an easy removal. And it's kind of a trick, but you have to hold the spring-loaded ball and cam assembly, the cartridge in there, with your finger, and keep this slot vertical and don't let that cam rotate, and tighten the dome down to a reasonable, right there to the end of its travel, and that part is tight. Next, we will use a delta tool to tighten the ring to make the fine adjustments on the tension of the ball. The handle, the ability to rotate, orbitally move that handle is a reflection of how tight this little unit is here, this little ring. Some of these rings are brass, some of them are plastic. I don't know that it matters. What does matter is that you get that ring tight enough so that this thing is tight to move with your fingers. Not too loose or it won't seal. It has to be tight enough so that the weight of the ball doesn't shut the valve off. Let's try for that. And I'll get the handle. We'll take the handle. If you didn't want to replace it and you're happy with the one that's there, notice the broach in the handle is the same shape as the post on the stem. They make these handles that have a different receiver there, a different broach. It's the wrong handle if it doesn't have the right shape there, and there is no universal, so buy one that is definitely the correct broach. You put the handle on that post, put the screw in, and you're probably good to go. We're going to turn the water on and test it. So now we're going to turn the water back on. We have a nice ball valve. We're going to turn it slowly so that we don't have any slamming, and that's it. Water's back on. Let's go test our valve. Here's our test. What we're looking for is when we're done, the water's not going to drip, but we're also going to look for a smooth operating handle. Lift up, turn it on. We're going to have a little air in the lines. hot, cold. There's no chance of having the kit in backwards, so we don't have to worry about having reversed our polarity. And then we're going to shut it off. Now the interesting point is that this valve should move very easy. There should be no grinding feeling in there. If there is, it's too tight. And if the handle is so loose that it might fall down from its own weight, then it's too loose. You just need to tighten that little ring up on the dome. I think we're good. I'm going to put the handle on. There's a little notch right here. I'm going to put that little notch right at the top of the delta button. And that's it. And this concludes it. Can you do it? Yes, you can. And I can help. Go to ramonasplumber.com and DIYplumbingadvice.com. Thank you for watching.